Mean Girls, The Color Purple, Wonka. One thing that all of these recent flicks have in common is that they downplayed the fact that they're actually movie musicals. And was that intentional? Joining us now to talk about this is Steve Cund, a cinema arts faculty member at Point Park University and someone who knows musicals very well. So good to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So tell us about your role in musicals.
So I created a musical that's been on Broadway twice called Jekyll and Hyde. And so that's been a really wonderful ride for the last 26 years.
So when it comes to marketing a movie that is a musical, why do you think that there is this downplay? Is that intentional?
I believe it's quite intentional. They've done lots of focus groups and studies on musicals, and over the last decade and a half, musicals have done poorly at the box office in general. So if you go back and look at West Side Story, Mr. Spielberg's great remake of the standard musical from the 50s, it didn't do well at the box office at all. And I think that once they figured out that they're only focusing on one small quadrant of the four quadrants, male, female, young, and old, that they've discovered that it's mostly a female-centric thing that in the movies, that only women want to go see musicals.
Really?
Not on Broadway, though. Lots of people will go see it on Broadway. But in the movies, there are too many distractions for the movies.
Interesting. Well, and I think in the case of Mean Girls, too, it's kind of fascinating because the original was not a musical, but a musical did spin off from the movie.
Correct.
So when you see this remake, I mean, I thought, why are they remaking something? All of the lines were exactly the same. So it was giving nothing else, almost, in the trailers.
Well, they just took the musical that they had on Broadway and turned it into a movie. They've done the same thing more or less recently with Wonka, The Color Purple. They're not the trailers are not emphasizing the musical part of those either. So
do you think that viewers, I mean, yes, you might be able to get them to the theaters, but do you think that people who go to see them are walking away happy or angry, almost like they were deceived?
So I think some of them are feeling deceived, and what they've learned is if they can get enough bodies in the theaters before they realize what the problem is, where the difference is, that they're making a lot of money. And of course, Hollywood's all about making money.
That's what it is. And so do you think that there is a reason why people aren't more attracted to musicals in the first place?
I think it has to do with, over time, musicals have lost their cachet in the motion picture part of the entertainment industry. That still on Broadway, they're huge. It's the biggest thing on Broadway. You want to have a musical on Broadway. They make lots of money and run for a long time. But in movies, it's very challenging because people don't feel like they're taken out of their comfort zone in terms of their willingness to suspend their disbelief, which is what you have to do with an audience, is you've got to get them to forget about that they're watching a movie, and musicals take them out of that moment where they go, oh, I'm watching a movie rather than I'm watching a musical on stage.
I see. So do you think that it works better, though, if it's something original? You know, if the movie is itself a musical without having been on Broadway first, that it's like a completely original from top to bottom?
Sometimes it does, like The Greatest Showman was original.
Right.
And certainly when it's original and they market it with a little bit of the sense that there is songs in the storytelling, then people will go see it, especially if you have a big star like a Hugh Jackman.
Right, exactly. I was thinking of the one with Ryan Gosling.
Barbie?
Well, not that one. Although there were some great musical numbers in there.
Yeah, that's a musical.
But before that, there was one that he was in that had some great singing and dancing. With something like this, too, would you like to see more marketing in the way of musicals, like to get that out there?
I would like to see it, but you know, I'm just one guy in Pittsburgh, so I think that the studios are doing what they can. It still is called show business, not show art.
Right.
And so they really are looking to maximize the number of bodies and seats.
While we have you here, too, we want to talk, because we're in the middle of awards season right now. Sure. How does the process work? We just saw the Oscar nominations and some snubs that came from that. How does the process work to get nominated?
So the Oscars are part of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And there are about 10,500 members of that academy. And out of that academy, the various branches vote for the various nominations. So the directors vote for the directors to nominate them, the writers for the writers, etc. And so the directors branch only has slightly less than 600 members in it, only a quarter of which are women. So there's a lot of theorizing right now that a lot of the directors branch are a little bit elitist, and they feel like, well, we're not going to vote for someone who made a movie about a toy. So we get a little bit of an elitist type of thing, and then it's very challenging because a lot of directors in the directors branch probably still disfavor the notion of women directors, which I think is nuts, because women make fantastic directors.
Right, right. And also it's 2024.
It is 2024, that's correct.
When we see these snubs happen, I mean, there is a lot of uproar. Do we see changes come from this as a result of all of the feedback?
Well, I think you always see changes from it, especially when there's a hue and cry and people are angry about it. So what happens is next year you'll see a lot more favoring of various different parts of the branches, like the directing branch.
Well, but ultimately it sounds like the people who are judging, that needs to change too at its core.
Well, over time it does, because as people leave the academy, they age out, they pass away, they are no longer in the business, and it changes. You'll see that the academy itself, the makeup of the academy will change.
I see. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on today.
It's
What a
great pleasure.
fascinating conversation.
Thank you.
What would you like to see win?
For Best Picture?
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. You know what? That's the one I haven't seen.
Well, it's fantastic.
I got to sit down and watch it. I think I'm one of the only ones left. Thank you again for joining us today, Steve.
My pleasure.
And if you would like to learn more about the Cinema Arts program at Point Park University, we're going to have more information on our website.